share with you our ProQOL results. These are results that we've been compiling over the past few years. Now, this is a collective data segment, and these are reporting on the ProQOL professional quality of life healthcare, specifically designed for healthcare workers. So I'm going to share with you the side-by-side results before and after people are earning their CVBP, or the Veterinary Burnout Prep certification. Okay, so this program helps people in 4 distinct areas, which is prevention, resilience, empowerment, and preparedness. And I might add, we explore other areas that are related to burnout, but not specifically that. Okay, I'll share with you in a second here. Now, who we are is at the heart of it, Get MotiVETed. Get MotiVETed is a well-being solutions company designed for the veterinary community. Dr. Quincy Hawley and I founded the company in 2018. And in 2019, we launched GMU, which is our online Get MotiVEted University, which was the first school of well-being specifically for veterinary professionals where they can access self-paced learning content. Later on, I think it was 2021, we launched Veterinary Burnout Prep. Okay, so that is a specific track within the university, much like you'd find engineering or, of course, the College of Veterinary Medicine under traditional universities. Let's just get right into the scoring, okay? Now, I'm going to walk through this with you guys because the colors kind of change, and if you're not familiar with the ProQOL, it needs to be sort of unpacked. Compassion satisfaction is considered a strength under the professional quality of life assessment. So this is that pleasure that you derive as a healthcare provider or caregiver. We want to feel effective in our work, in our contributions. So in the beginning, before people are taking CVBP, their level of compassion satisfaction is here. The red is average. So 56% of people are reporting an average sense of compassion satisfaction. When you think of the scores, consider like somewhat, very much, and absolutely not, right? So 10% of people are feeling low, like I am not getting any sense of pleasure from my efforts that I put forth. After the CVBP program, we're moving people in the right direction. All of our results are trending in the right direction. I'm so thrilled to be reporting that. Now, what you're seeing here is the orange is much higher, almost doubled, right? So 33% before, and now we're at 64.5%. The blue that you're seeing, so low, people who are reporting low, is actually 3.5%. That's why you don't even see that number there, okay? So we're moving people in the right direction, helping them feel more effective as a healthcare provider. Perceived support is the sense of having effective assistance. Do I have access to the resources that I need as a professional or potentially as a personal human being, right? Now, again, before we have an average of 57%. So the majority of veterinary professionals feel this, yeah, I sort of do, right? I kind of do, in that middle. But 27% feel really comfortable with the level of support that they're getting. However, we've got this 15% chunk who do not feel supported. They don't feel like they have access to the resources they need, whatever that means to them. You and I can speculate whether it's access to programs such as this, or mentors, or role models, or team members who care, right? But in all set, like outside of those specifics, do they feel supported? And the answer is 15% are feeling pretty low in that. Now, after the GMU program, we are moving people in the direction where we want to go, right? So 58% are reporting high. Okay, the colors change here, right? So yeah, we had 57% here who were kind of like average. I sort of feel supported, but now we have 58% of people who are feeling absolutely positively supported. And that blue is again negligible, 5%. That's what that blue is. Okay, 5%. I can see the number, the percentage on the back end. Okay, I'm not just making up what I think this blue little section means, because fractions are not my super strong suit. But 5% is what we're seeing. So we're moving people also into that average. So people are either going from low to high or low to average, but essentially people are feeling more supported. Here's the big one, right? Burnout. Burnout is that slow burn that can tend to get worse over time, whether you're struggling with really high workloads, having few opportunities for rest and recovery, or working under unsupportive environments, within those unsupportive environments. Now, before we have 52.9%, the majority, again, average. The majority of people are feeling like, yeah, I'm kind of burnt out. 21% are feeling low burnout. So they're just at, that maybe it's the beginning stages of burnout, or they've been there for a while, but it's not severe, but they are reporting some sense of burnout. And a quarter of them at 25.4% are feeling high, severe levels of burnout. After the program, our colors are going to switch here. So we're moving 51% into the average, okay? And this is where the scores sort of flip. As a vulnerability, we're trending people in the right direction, but the colors are going to change here a little bit. So 51% are feeling average, but again, we had high. We had a whole quarter of people who were reporting high. So we're either moving people into that average sense or into the low, right? This is the big color shift here. We've got 44% who are into that low and only 4.3%. So we've gotten from 25% to 4.3% still reporting high. This is astounding results, if I may say so myself. This is where, as medical professionals, we do have a need or a drive to see the qualitative results of our work. Dr. Holly and I, since we started speaking in 2017, have had thousands of the qualitative results, testimonials. You've changed my life. You've changed my work. Like those kinds of testimonials. But when we launched CVBP, we knew that the community would demand more. And we knew that we had to put a number on things. And so I hope that some of this is eye-opening as we do tie a number to the results that some people are getting, okay? Now, and I want to point out here, we've had more people in the program than the responses that you're seeing here. Nothing that we do is mandatory. Everything, and this is a pillar that Dr. Holly and I stand by. When we partnered even with Dr. Barry Feldman, our behavioral health expert, nothing about mental health and well-being is mandatory. Okay, so everything is voluntary. But the people who are choosing to share their results with us are what you see here. So more people have graduated the program, more people are within the program. We have over 1,000 people in GMU, but again, we're asking for these results to be shared with us. Secondary traumatic stress. This is that secondary exposure to stressful events, causing people to often struggle with rumination, so intrusive thoughts that they can't seem to let go of, avoidance of certain situations, fear, and even insomnia. All right. So Secondary traumatic stress total. What we see here is 56.9, so the majority of people are reporting an average sense of that. Again, this is perceived as a vulnerability. This can sometimes start suddenly, particularly with difficult experiences. We have 19% who are reporting high and just about a quarter who are reporting a low, but nevertheless, it is there. After CVBP, again, we're sort of shifting people in the direction that we want to be moving toward. So less people are feeling that high sense of secondary traumatic stress. Specifically, it is 4.3%, again, matching the burnout percentage. So odd, but I know it is what it is. 4.3%. So getting people out of that high sense of traumatic stress from specific situations or stressful events, okay? More people are feeling that average sense, and 34% are feeling low. So that's what we want to be seeing here. So now we're trending again in that right direction, but we're moving people out of those deeper or higher sense of secondary traumatic stress. Now, moral distress is something that healthcare workers are sometimes faced with, specifically as it relates to choices or things that conflict with their personal value. Think about that moral compass that you have in you, that's unique to you, your beliefs, your sense of morality. This can result in a sense of inner turmoil, or I often use the term turbulence, shame, guilt, and resentment. Now, I probably don't have to explain it to you, but if you are a veterinary professional, you kind of know exactly what we're talking about. If you're not, perhaps you're in an administrative role, but many times people on the front lines are dealing with these situations, be it, the way that clients are choosing to care, or that they, their hands are tied. Oftentimes we see things that are just somewhat similar to healthcare, first responders, but the results speak for themselves. So again, before CVBP, we have this majority of people who are sensing an average of that inner misalignment, okay? And 33% are low, but we have 12% are feeling really high about this. But nevertheless, this is what's making up our veterinary community. People who are struggling with this misalignment within them and the work that they are trying to do, their passion. After CVBP, we have 3.6%. So from that high of 12, we're moving people into a 3.6% of feeling that disconnect between what they're trying to do and what's actually happening. With 43% feeling the average, just about a 10% shift here. And again, here's the big one. Moving the majority of people, so the majority of people felt that average. Now we've got over half who are feeling a lower sense of that misalignment. And, there's a sense of congruency in their passion and what they're trying to do. And so this is something that, really directly impacts our emotional health and how effective we can be, not just as individuals, but essentially as an industry. This is really important work that we do for animals and for the families who bring them to us. So I'm really happy to have reported these results. In essence, we are trending in the right direction with Get MotiVETed efforts, the team at Get MotiVETed, all of our collaborators who are in GMU and who have been a part of this amazing program. So I thank all of the thought leaders, but the biggest shout out goes to the individuals. the individuals and the professionals who have committed themselves to well-being and the pursuit of well-being in veterinary medicine, because we are not in this alone. And it will take all of us to change the tides of veterinary medicine. And I'm so thrilled that the qualitative results and the quantitative results are revealing that to be true.